Hi there, it's time for yoga. I'm glad you can be here with me tonight. It's a beautiful night out right now here in Orlando. The sun is shining. There's some clouds out there, but it is just beautiful. Hi, Marlene. Glad you could join me tonight. So it is the spring equinox. That means change is in the air. We're going to have a supermoon tonight. From what I have been reading and studying about, it sounds like, oh, change is in the air. And that's a good thing, I guess, because even though sometimes change is hard for us, change is a good thing. We all get stuck in our little tunnel vision things, and it's so easy to never think about the gray. We get black and we get white, and we never think about the gray sometimes. And there's a lot of gray. And it's good to think about what if. What if I did this? What if I looked at it that way? What if I thought about it this way? And sometimes we can change our whole lives if we do that. Maybe it's in a little baby step, maybe if it's in a big, profound way, but you just never know how changing one thing in your life may put you in a whole new direction and may be transformational, really. I know it's been that way for me sometimes. So with this spring equinox and with this super moon that's coming tonight, I really want you to think about things that you need to let go of, things that you need to release in your life. And I know for me, there's a lot of them. There may be some that you might be thinking of right away that, oh God, I need to get rid of this. It's a head game sometimes, you know? But just stop for a minute right here with me right now and just maybe close your eyes and think, what is it that you might want to release in your life? Could it be, I don't know, could it be holding grudges? Could it be anger? Could it be not taking care of yourself, not spending time on yourself enough? I don't know, not getting enough sleep. There's so many things that pop up in my head, unfortunately. Sometimes we're quick to judge others. Sometimes we're mean to ourselves. We're not compassionate with ourselves. We're full of self-doubt. And all those things can bring us down. And this is a good time right now with the spring and this rebirth and this equinox to let all that stuff go. It's all negative. It's all not doing us any good. So it's a great time to just say, ugh, I want to release that. I want to let go of that. So tonight, we might want to think about that while we're doing our yoga. What can we get rid of? What can we release while we're down there on our mats? What can we get rid of? And maybe think about what can we call into our lives? What can we bring in? We can bring in self-love. We can bring in self-compassion. We can bring in, I don't know, new beginnings. We can bring in self-care, harmony. Maybe it's doing something brand new in your life that you've never thought you could ever do before. It's a new step forward. Self-healing. Excuse me. When you come into spring, it's a time of action. It's a time of stepping forward. And so maybe you need to think about that, calling that into your life at this time of the new moon and the equinox. And when we get into our guided meditation later on, we'll be talking a little bit about that as well. So for now, what we'll do is we'll move into our yin practice, and then after that, what we'll do is, I know I wanted to talk with you a little bit about essential oils, so we'll do that afterwards. I wanted to give you a recipe for a mat spray, so I'll do that between the yoga practice and the guided meditation, okay? So we'll get started with our yin. So find your mat, and if you have any bolsters or blanket or pillows or anything that you need for any modifications that you might need to make, you'll want to pull those along with you in your mat. And our first pose that we're going to get into this evening is child's pose. So I'm going to just step back to my mat or crawl back to my mat. And hopefully you can hear me. I think my volume's up all the way. Put my hair up here. Okay. So I'm gonna go this way so you can see me a little bit better. But child's pose, you've got your knees basically mat distance apart. You have your toes together and you're sitting on your heels, okay? And you want to be nice and firmly planted on your heels. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale it out. And now we're going to come forward. You can come forward with your hands and then stretch forward. Drop your chest as best you can onto the floor. Your forehead also comes onto the floor. Now you'll be on your mat. I'm on the floor here. And you're going to stay there for about 3 minutes, okay? So we're doing yin tonight. You stay down. You want to stay with your chest down, your forehead down. We're doing a nice shoulder stretch here. You should feel this maybe in your upper back, your shoulders. You may feel this in your glutes. You may feel this in your hips. We're going to stay here for about 3 minutes. In yin, you stay in your poses a little bit longer. You're stretching or stressing, even though people don't like that word, your connective tissues. And I'm going to be a little bit quiet. It's a meditative yoga. Okay, now bring yourselves up. Keep your hands planted in front of you. We're going to stay somewhat in child's pose here. Bring your right arm up to the ceiling and then slide it between your left knee and your left arm, and come down on that right shoulder. Your head drops back to the floor and the left arm stretches out ahead. So your torso and your hips, your feet, everything remains in child pose. The only thing that's really changed here is that your right arm is sort of like a threaded needle underneath the left arm. Shoulder is on the floor. This is all upper body work here, stretching the shoulders. There's a little bit of a torso twist. Okay, slowly slide that left hand back in underneath your shoulder. Bring that right arm out. Bring it back up towards the ceiling. And then drop it back down. And now we're going to do the reverse. So we'll bring that left arm up towards the ceiling. Nice stretch. And thread it underneath the right. Drop the head back down on the floor. And stretch the right arm out. Make sure that left shoulder is on the floor. And you're sitting on your heels. Your palm is up on the left arm. Okay, let's bring that right arm and hand underneath the shoulder. Slide that left arm out and bring it up towards the ceiling and then back down to the floor. And now what I'd like you to do is just sit, bring your legs in front of you, and just sort of stretch them out a little bit, bounce them out a little bit. They were bent for about 7 minutes there. And shake your arms out a little bit. Just shake, shake, shake. Just relax them out. Okay, we've got one more that we're going to do that's going to work the shoulders. And then we're going to get onto our backs. So here we're going to get back onto our knees. And don't forget, if you have sensitive knees, you can always put a blanket underneath your knees. I know I have fairly sensitive knees. But here where I'm working, I have carpeting, so it's not too bad. But if you're in a studio, or if you're in a room that has hardwood floors or tiled floors and your mat is on top of that, sometimes it really can bother your knees. So it's perfectly okay to put a blanket underneath your knees. So what we're going to do here is you're going to get into all fours. So you want your knees directly underneath your hips and your hands directly underneath your shoulders. And your hips should be, your knees should be about hip distance apart, okay? And you don't want to be like this. You don't want your shoulders crunched up towards your neck. You want your shoulders back. And let's do a couple of cat-cows, all right? So when you do cow, you inhale and look up. Keep those shoulders away from your neck and head. Look up. Exhale, cat. Pull the belly button towards your spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. One more. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Good. Okay, come back to neutral. Now what we're going to do is walk our hands out. Maybe about, excuse me, about 3 or 4 feet from where they were. I have to get some water. And we're going to do melting heart. You may know that. If you don't, some people also call it puppy dog. In yang yoga, you call it puppy dog. In yin, you call it melting heart. So your hands come out a little bit wider and out a little bit further than they were for cat-cow. And you drop your head and your chest towards the floor, towards your mat. And you want to keep your booty up in the air. Let me do it sideways for you so you can see. So mat width apart is good. Feet, knees are hip distance apart. Chest and forehead, third eye, come to the mat. This is a shoulder opener. This stretches your shoulders, your armpits. If it's too intense, you can always do this. Fold your arms. Excuse me. Okay, you're going to be here for another 2.5 minutes. right. So now we're going to slide onto our bellies from here. So you can stretch your legs long. You can bring your arms folded in front of you. Feet into a mermaid position if that's comfortable for you, or they can just be straight out on the mat. And just rest. This should feel nice on your back. You can sort of roll your sacrum back and forth if that feels good for you. And just rest. Now gently roll over onto your back. And if you have a block or a pillow or a bolster, something that you can use for us to do a supported bridge, for you to do a supported bridge. You can have a block like this, whoops, or if you don't, a pillow. Pillow is fine. Or a bolster. We've talked about this before. You can have a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can also use just a couch pillow if you have that. Or if you happen to already have a bolster, a block. A block is actually going to give you the most support for what we're about to do. So we're going to do, I'm going to turn this way. We're going to do supported bridge. So you come down on your back. Oops. What the heck is that? I have a timer on my... That's interesting. Okay. I don't know what that was for. Okay. So we're going to use this block for supported bridge. And you're going to put the block underneath your sacrum. Just, you know where you have those two little indentations there? Just about there is where the top of that block goes. If you're using a pillow or a bolster, you just sort of have to find a sweet spot there to give you a lift, okay? So you want your knees bent, feet are parallel. Your chin is tucked to your chest. Your arms are at your side and your palms are down. So this is just a supported bridge that we're going to be doing for a few minutes here. I'm going to find out what on earth happened with my phone. Okay. And from here, we're going to move into legs up the wall. This should feel really nice on your back. Lower back. Don't turn your head in either direction. No turning. Just keep your head straight forward. Keep the chin tucked. Okay, slowly and carefully lift one leg up in the air and then the other. And if you're able to, flex your feet. Keep your hands flat on the floor and your chin tucked. This is excellent for blood pressure issues. This is also excellent if you're having a hard time sleeping. Lay in your bed and put your feet up. I know it sounds crazy, but it's really good. You can do this truly against the wall if you need extra support. You can lay in bed and put your legs against the headboard and just have the wall and the headboard support you, and that'll help you relax even more. All right. From here, I want you to carefully and slowly bring one leg down and then bring the other leg down. And now you're going to just lift your hips carefully and bring out that pillow or that bolster, whatever it is that you had underneath your hips. And just rest. This is called passive rest, this position right here. So just rest in passive rest for a moment. If it feels better for you to stretch out your legs, by all means, stretch out your legs. All right, slowly turn to your side and use your hands and your breath to push yourself up to a sitting position. And now we're going to go to the wall to finish. We're going to do a couple of yoga poses actually at the wall. So you need to stand And then find a wall that you can work at. Now, I'm doing this kind of half wall, half mirror thing here that we're going to be doing. So if you have full wall, that would be better. I'm just going to kind of show you as best I can what you should be doing on just a totally flat wall. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to stand maybe about 3 or 4 inches away from the wall. And then bring your right arm out perpendicular, okay? You don't want it up here, you don't want it down here. You want it out perpendicular. If you can come in a little bit closer to the wall, like maybe 2 inches to the wall, that's fine too. Depends upon your body, okay? But at least be within 3 inches of the wall. Right arm perpendicular, okay? Then what you want to do is turn to your left as best you can. And now your feet are parallel and you're facing to the left. And you want to try to keep that right shoulder on the wall. It's going to maybe hurt a little, stretch a little. If it hurts too much, if it's too intense, then don't turn as much, okay? Turn only where you're comfortable, okay? If your feet are parallel directly to the left and it's not too intense, that's fine. But if it's too intense, then don't turn as much, but still keep your feet parallel. In other words, don't have one like this. Ooh, I'm opening the door. Don't have one like this and one like that, okay? Make sure that they go together, okay? Now here I am. Arm is perpendicular, shoulder is on the wall, okay? My hip is actually on the wall as well. I have really flexible shoulders, so everybody's different. And you'll find that one shoulder can be very different than the other. And we won't do this for too long. We'll do it about 1.5 minutes because this can be pretty intense. About another 30 seconds. All right, slowly turn back to face the wall and drop the arm. If you need to shake it out, shake it out. Now bring the left arm up, again, perpendicular, and then turn to face the right. I got the mirror here. Again, feet are parallel. If it's too intense, don't turn so much. Turn only partially, whatever your body can withstand. Try to make sure that that shoulder stays up against the wall. If I'm not perpendicular, let me know. Not that I can see what you're all saying, but anyway. I'll read it afterwards. I hope I'm perpendicular. Almost done. All right, slowly turn back to face the wall. Drop the arm. Okay, shake them out. Shake them out. You might even want to just swing them a little bit. This is actually a really good thing that you can do. Make fists. I think this is called Qigong, where you hit the kidneys in the back. It's good for you. Get your energy going. It feels good for the arms too. Okay. Another wall pose that we'll do is downward dog on the wall. I'm gonna have my butt to you here doing that one. Yeah, well, you're just gonna have to excuse my butt being to you. All right, so hip distance apart. Your hands will be slightly below your shoulders. Slightly. And you're gonna come back. I got this mirror kind of in the way. And then drop your head, drop your neck. And just come down. We'll only be here for 2 minutes because this is pretty intense. This actually is more intense of a stretch to me than down dog on the mat. If it's too much, you can release, or you can pull in a little bit closer to the wall. Whatever's comfortable, but just remember, straight, flat back, relaxed head, relaxed neck. The clock went dark here. Ooh, you don't want me to lose track of time here now, do you? Another 45 seconds. Make sure your hips are nice and straight, nice and flat. Okay, slowly walk yourself back towards the wall. Release. Ooh, shake them out again. All right, last one on the wall. We're gonna do Sphinx. So you need to come down on the floor. Come onto all fours. Now this one looks tricky and complicated and it's like, oh my God, I can't do that, but you can do that. If I can do it, you can do it, okay? So, let me just put my hair up. What you want to do, you're on all fours. Bring your left leg back so that the knee is touching the wall, the foot is up on the wall, okay? I don't know if you can see it. If I bend down, can you see it? And then bring the right one back. Knee touching the wall, foot on the wall. See it? It's really very simple. And now your belly's on the floor. I'm gonna pull my shirt up. Belly's on the floor. So you have the option here. If you're doing Sphinx and Yin, it's not real dynamic. You don't have to be like, oh, you can just chill. You can come down like this. You can, if you want, you can use a block and do this. You can do this. It's a back bend. Sphinx is a back bend. So it's all about the intensity that you want to feel in your back. But really, you can just put your hands in front of you and come down like that. It's not dynamic like it is in Yang Yoga. So you're going to be here for 3 minutes, okay? I hope everybody found themselves on the wall with this pose. It's really not difficult to get here. Okay, clock is ticking. All right, everybody's so quiet out there. Okay, we're good. Now, to get you out of this position, not complicated. It wasn't complicated to get in. It's not complicated to get out. You just pull yourself a little bit away from the wall, push, push, and come onto your knees like kneeling, and you should be fine. All right? Now, for the last position that we're going to do before we head into Shavasana, and then into a little bit about essential oils and our guided meditation. We're going to go into child's pose. So once again, knees are mat width apart. You're sitting on your heels. Your toes are touching. And you slide your arms forward. Your chest and your forehead, your third eye, come down to the mat. Nice deep breath, let it out, and just relax. Okay, slowly bring yourself up and find your Shavasana, all right? So grab your blanket or your bolster or whatever you need to make yourself comfortable for about a 3-minute Shavasana before we start to just talk a little bit about essential oils, okay? Just listen to the music and rest. Take a nice deep breath and sigh it out. One more time, nice deep breath and sigh it out. Begin to bring movement into your fingers and into your toes. Give yourself a little stretch. Maybe hug your knees into your chest. Roll yourself onto one of your sides. And then bring yourself up to a seated position. So, I wanted to talk with you a little bit before we get into our guided meditation today about essential oils. Hi, Allison. Hi, Dana. And how they can help you with your yoga practice. And also, I know I promised you a recipe for cleaning your mat and freshening up your mat. So I want to do those two things. I use Young Living essential oils. I just love them. They're my favorite, and they're so pure, and they have a seed to seal guarantee, and you just know everything about them. There's no fillers. You know that they're 100% organic, and anyway, that's just my soapbox. But of them, two of them that are my favorite for a yoga practice are Stress Away and Lavender, and Valor. And I had to write down the ingredients, I'm sorry, because they're kind of complicated and I don't know all the ingredients in Stress Away and Valor. But Stress Away is my totally, absolutely 100% favorite. I wear it and I diffuse it all the time. So it has lime, cedarwood, vanilla, lavender, and copaiba in it. This one, you can actually put it on your skin, wear it to yoga practice. It's so relaxing. So if you're going to a yin practice, or if you're going to a restorative practice, or if you're just stressed and you're going to a practice where you need to really relax, or if you're doing a meditation, this is wonderful for that, as is lavender. I mean, lavender is just lavender. It's perfect for that. Perfect for bedtime, too. I use Stress Away almost every day because I need my stress to go away. And then there's another one that's absolutely fantastic, and that's Valor. Valor has Bruce Spruce in it, blue tansy, rosewood, and frankincense. This one is great for massages and reflexology. I do reflexology at some of my yoga workshops, and I use it when I do people's feet. Oh, it's just wonderful. And it smells really good too. And I use it in my diffuser also. Now, all of these are really good. Also, if you ever buy yourself a diffuser bracelet, I give these sometimes away when I go to health fair expos as a drawing prize with a little sample of essential oil. So you buy yourself one of these diffuser bracelets, and you put some essential oil on. These are like lava beads, right? You drop some essential oil on the lava beads, and the warmth from your body just makes the oil fragrance emanate. It's just fantastic. And so you have that fragrance with you all day long. You don't have to wear perfume because it's just coming from these beads. It's just fabulous. They make necklaces with them too. They actually make necklaces, I think, with little like lockets with where you can put the oil in them also. But I just love the bracelets. They're just beautiful. So when you go to yoga class, you know, some people think, oh no, you can't use oils when you go to yoga class because it interferes with your practice. It can enhance your practice, in my opinion. especially if you're going to a, like I said, a restorative or a yin or an evening class where you just need to relax. I think there's nothing better than a lavender or a stress away type oil where there's just wonderful fragrances in there that just do so much for your body and for your mind, your nervous system. So that's my thought on how yoga can benefit from the use of essential oils. It's just a wonderful thing. You can have a diffuser going in a yoga class, and it's just so beneficial for everybody, for their nervous system. Now, of course, if you have people with allergies, and sometimes people will say, oh, I have allergies or I'm sensitive. Well, that's a different situation. But generally speaking, most people will benefit from the use of essential oils in some way or another. So, yoga mats. Get yourself a 4-ounce bottle. It should be glass or dark plastic. Dark plastic, dark glass. And if it's dark plastic, which is what this is, it's got to be that PBA-free kind. And you want to use distilled water. So you need to fill this 3/4 of the way with distilled water, whatever 3/4 of the way is for your bottle, okay? Use a funnel, fill it 3/4 of the way with distilled water, then fill it the rest of the way with witch hazel. If you can find alcohol-free witch hazel, that's great. If you can't, well, you can't, but try to find alcohol-free witch hazel. Then you want to add 15 drops of tea tree oil. If you can find an essential oil, tree tea oil, that's great. I know that Young Living has one, which has that seed to seal guarantee, and that's what I use. And then also, after the 15 drops of tea tree oil, use 10 drops of lavender oil. And then anytime you're going to use it, make sure you shake it to get the oils and the water and the witch hazel all distributed evenly, and then spray your mat. Most of it will dry up, but for any leftover residual whatever, just wipe it lightly with like a face cloth or a towel or whatever, and your mat will be fresh and it will smell wonderful. Some people put a little citrus in there as well. You can mix and match your fragrances, whatever you like, but just make sure that you have that tea tree oil in there, because that is an antiseptic, and that is what will actually keep it clean and really fresh. So, 4-ounce dark bottle, glass or plastic, PBA-free plastic, 3/4 of the way filled with water, then the rest filled with witch hazel, 15 drops of tea tree oil. Recommend 10 drops of lavender oil, but you can fiddle around with that if you really have a personal favorite oil fragrance. Make sure you shake before you spray, and you're good to go. I hope you like it. All right, so next we're going to head into a guided meditation. This is in honor of the summer solstice and the beautiful moon. Oh, the moon, the super moon that we have tonight. So, again, I need you to make yourselves comfortable and find a blanket or a pillow, whatever it is, to keep yourselves warm, because you're going to be laying down for a few minutes. And I just want to make sure you don't get a chill or anything. So, get ready, okay? I'll give you a minute or two to get comfortable, and then we'll begin. I'm going to shut the music off, and we shall begin. Everybody ready? Okay. Oh my goodness. Again, we're reaping the benefits of the spring solstice and the supermoon tonight. So with that in mind, I am bringing you a guided meditation with that theme. It is a full moon visualization. All about letting go and setting new intentions. So I'd like you to take a nice deep breath and just let it go. Put your hand on your belly and feel your belly move. Take a nice deep breath. Let it go. One more time. Nice deep breath. Let it go. Now just breathe normally and relax. Just listen to my voice. There's no place you have to be. There's nothing you have to do. Just rest and relax. I want you to imagine that you're looking at a pier. You're standing on a pier, looking at the full moon. Think about what it is that you want from life while you're looking at that beautiful moon at the end of the pier. It's shining so bright. The sky is lit. Listen to your heart and your soul. It's time with this full moon to release what is no longer serving you, to let it go. And once you do, you can make room for what you want to do in your life. Think about that. Look at the moon at the end of the pier. Bask in it. You're standing there with a basket of flower petals. Each flower petal represents that which you are releasing, that which no longer serves you. Take a deep breath and say to yourself, With the energy of the full moon tonight, I will willingly let go of what no longer empowers me or nourishes me. Move along the pier. Notice the warmth of the moon beaming down on you and the breath of fresh air dancing on your skin. Stop at each post to pause and drop flower petals into the water. Marvel at the gentle ripples they create in the water. Ripples through your energy, ripples through your life. At each post, release out loud or in your head those things you need to break your attachments to, those things you are ready to move on without, those things weighing you down on your journey. When you reach the end of the pier, say to yourself, I release all that which is no longer in alignment with my highest self for the greater good. Notice how light you feel. Now turn around and look at how beautifully the flower petals are guiding you down the path, ushering you into a new month, a new moon cycle, a new way of being, new life with freedom to be you. All of the struggles, hardships, failures, disappointments, and sadnesses were lessons, all ripples guiding you, strengthening you, and preparing you for magnificence that you emanate now. Turn back around, facing the glorious full moon overlooking the water. Take a deep breath and say out loud or to yourself, I welcome the clarity, strength, and blessings the moon offers to me. And I trust my intuition and the angels to guide me towards relationships, situations, and energies that will serve my highest good. Be thankful for all your blessings, all your experiences, and all of the people who have come into and out of your life. Now set your intentions for joy, for love, for peace, for whatever it is that your heart desires. Be sure that you state them out loud or in your mind as if they are already here. Feel them as if they already exist. Feeling it is what makes them real. Speak from your heart, from the deepest part of your soul. Speak with love and with light. And when you have finished, you're standing there at the pier for a few moments more. Stay silent. Just be. Overlook the calm waters with the moon's reflection and energy rippling through. When you're ready, take a deep breath and take the plunge. Jump, dive, or twirl into the water. It's invigorating, and as cool as the water is, it washes all the stale energy away. It wipes the slate clean and releases all that no longer serves you. The water readies you for the life you deserve, the life of love, of passion, joy, meaning, and of abundance. Stay underneath and in the water as long as you like, and enjoy the weightlessness and ease with which you glide through. Play in the water. Float in the water. Stay as long as you like in the calm peacefulness of your soul. You emerge rebirthed, reinvigorated, revitalized. As you leave the water and walk down the pier, say a quiet prayer of gratitude and know that your higher self, your angels and guides, and the energies of the moon are always there to guide you and lead you on your path. Take a nice deep breath and sigh it out. One more time. Deep breath. Hold it at the top for just a moment and sigh it out. Begin to bring yourself back to the presence of the room that you're in. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Maybe move your head from side to side. Maybe lift your arms up over your head and give yourself a big stretch. And then hug your knees into your chest and roll a little bit on your sacrum and give yourself a little massage and feel good. And then when you're ready, you can roll to one side, whichever feels best for you, and rest for a moment. And then slowly, using your hands and your breath, bring yourself up to a seated position and keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart. We shared this beautiful evening together with the spring equinox and this beautiful supermoon, this opportunity to make change in our lives, this opportunity to become new, this opportunity to grow, and this opportunity to find something different about ourselves, maybe something we've never taken a look at before, something deep inside, something in our souls, something maybe that we've not wanted to hear, maybe something that we didn't want to listen to, but that we should have. So let's make this an opportunity to hear ourselves, to hear our intuition, to hear our heart, and to open that up to whatever it may be and to wherever it leads us. It may be scary, it may be a big step, it may be a little step, but whatever it is, it's part of who we are, and it's probably something that really is important to who we are. So listen to yourself, listen to your heart. I thank you for sharing this time with me tonight. It means so much to me. And I hope you enjoyed yourselves tonight. And just remember that you can reach out to me anytime. It is a sisterhood. We are goddesses, all of us, each and every one. And I thank you for being with me. Namaste. Thank you, ladies. I hope some of you can come with me to Tulum, Mexico. It would be wonderful. We're all going to be goddesses there. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in 2 weeks, April 3rd, okay? Bye. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.